What about tax deductibility? I've asked my accountant and they just said, oh, look, it's a fixture. So therefore, and the service life of the asset could be 50 years. Like, it's not going to die. It's not going to fall over. It's got no moving parts. So let's make it 2.5%, like ceilings and walls. So let's see, you should be able to depreciate that in the next 50 years. Now, for some of us who won't even be here in 50 years, it doesn't line up with business cycles. 50 years is like way too long. So there's not going to be a lot of tax effectiveness. So if you spend your money on your mezzanine, it's going to be a little dribble, and an endless balance sheet depreciation item. This asset, it needs to be looked at it's not an asset. You want to look at it as a utility. You don't pay for 50 years worth of electricity and hope that you kind of use it like that. You need it for your business growth now, for the next 3, 5, 10-year plan. You need this additional floor space, and you need to pay for itself now, and you want the tax deductibility now. Well, how can I do that? Now, I know a great question, because your accountant will only answer you according to the questions you ask them. So you say, is a mezzanine floor tax deductible? And they're going to go, no, it's a fixture. What about asking this question? How can I make my mezzanine floor that's going to grow my business tax deductible? So that's the better question. So accountants are absolutely brilliant, and they answer the question, but you need to be more educated as a business leader, as an operations manager, as a practice manager. You need to ask way better questions to your accountant to get their wisdom. Now, what we've found is a lot of clients have found that instead of having the risk of obsolescence and long-term and this trailing long-term depreciation and not bringing forward the ATO's contributions, is they've been able to lease it. So you can get a lease. We're not a finance company, but we know that you can lease this structure as equipment in the same way as you would lease a forklift or a photocopier or a truck, which has a fixed service life of 3-5 years, and then you move it on and replace equipment. So what it does is it brings 50 years worth of deductions into 3-5 years, whichever finance plan you choose, as a lease. So not a chattel mortgage. I don't mean just that you deduct deductible interest on the repayment, just the interest part being deductible. I don't mean the slow burn of long-term depreciation. I mean a lease is 100% deductible. It can be financed as such and be set payments. It's an off-balance sheet item. So what it means is when you look at your liabilities, you only ever see 1 month lease payments. That's the only liability you see on your balance sheet. So it's a whole different game changer. It allows the business to be lighter on its feet, allows additional borrowing capacity, and you can write this thing off and get the ATO to contribute in real time as you're using the asset. And that's what they're there for. The ATO is interested in you being productive. That's what they want. They don't want you holding back because you don't know how to finance you don't know how to make a mezzanine floor not expensive. So you can double down on your productivity, you can increase your staff accommodation, and then it can be a tax effective investment for you to grow your capacity for happy, healthy staff and creating more productive communities.